The wind howled through the narrow streets of Detroit's west side, carrying the sharp chill of a late March evening in 2025. Jamal Evans. A wiry 28-year-old with a mop of curly hair and tired hazel eyes, pedaled his beat-up bicycle down a dimly lit alley. He'd just finished a delivery run for a local diner. His backpack slung over one shoulder, stuffed with a crumpled jacket and a half-eaten burger he'd snagged from the kitchen. His faded black windbreaker flapped behind him as he coasted. The glow of a single street lamp ahead guiding his way home. Jamal wasn't flashy, no fancy gear, no attitude, just a guy trying to scrape by on tips and grit. All he wanted was to crash in his tiny apartment and scroll X before bed. But tonight, trouble was waiting in the shadows, wearing a badge. A block away. Officer Derek Malone cruised in his Ford Explorer patrol SUV, the engine humming low as he scanned the streets. At 38, Malone was lean and sharp-eyed. His buzzed blonde hair barely visible under his cap. He'd been with the Detroit PD for a decade, a cop who lived for the chase but had a growing chip on his shoulder from too many dead-end shifts. His radio crackled, a dispatcher's voice cutting in, "Be on the lookout, bike theft reported near 12th Street. Suspects male, 25 to 35, black jacket, riding a bicycle, heading west." Malone smirked. Muttering, "Gotcha." He wasn't one to overthink, just spot a match, make the move, and sort it out later. As Jamal rolled into the alley's mouth, Malone's headlights swept over him, pinning him like a deer in a scope. The SUV lurched forward, siren blipping once, loud enough to make Jamal skid to a stop. "Pull over. Hands off the bike." Malone's voice boomed through the speaker. Jamal blinked, heart racing, and dropped his hands to his sides. "Yo, what's going on?" "I'm just heading home," he called out, voice cracking with nerves. Malone swung out of the SUV. Flashlight in one hand, the other hovering near his taser. "Step away from the bike, now," he snapped, striding up fast. Jamal stepped back, hands up, bewildered. "This is my bike, man. I deliver food with it." Malone wasn't buying it. "Yeah, sure. Hands behind your back." Before Jamal could argue, Malone grabbed his arm, spun him around, and zip-tied his wrists tight, plastic biting into skin instead of cuffs, a quick and dirty move. "I didn't steal nothing." Jamal protested, but Malone was already rifling through the backpack, tossing the jacket and burger onto the pavement. All he found was a diner receipt and a cheap phone. Still, he hauled Jamal toward the SUV. "We'll figure it out at the station," Malone grunted, shoving him into the back seat as the bike clattered to the ground. The ride was tense, the hum of the engine filling the silence. Jamal sat hunched, wrists aching, staring at the back of Malone's head. "You're messing up, man. I've got proof I own that bike," he said, voice steady but edged with anger. Malone kept his eyes on the road, jaw tight. Until the radio buzzed again, "Update, bike theft suspect detained on 14th, matching stolen bike recovered. Cancel bolo." Jamal's eyes widened. "Told you. That's not me." Malone's grip on the wheel tightened, but he didn't respond, just floored it to the station. At the precinct, a board desk cop checked Jamal's story, delivery logs and a bike registration on his phone cleared him in 10 minutes. The zip ties came off, leaving raw red marks. Jamal rubbed his wrists, glaring. "I want your badge number and that car's camera footage. This ain't right." Malone leaned against a wall nearby, arms crossed, saying nothing as the desk cop scribbled a note. 3 weeks later. The body cam and dashcam footage hit the precinct's internal review after Jamal filed a complaint with a local advocacy group's help. The video was damning, Malone barking orders, ignoring Jamal's pleas, using zip ties without cause. It wasn't his first screw-up, 2 prior warnings for roughing up civilians were already on his record. The story leaked to a Detroit news blog, going viral with hashtags like #DPeteFail. In a cramped office, Captain Lisa Torres faced Malone down. "You're a liability, Derek," she said, voice like steel. "This isn't just a mistake, it's a pattern. You're off the force, effective today." Malone slammed a fist on her desk. "I was chasing a lead. This city's a war zone." Torres didn't flinch. "Not your war anymore. Leave the badge." Malone walked out, head low, career torched. Jamal got a quiet apology from the department and a few grand in settlement cash, small change for the hassle, but enough to buy a new bike. He still rides the alleys, but now he keeps his phone recording, just in case the shadows turn on him again.